Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Monson Brewing Company, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where once again, it's been 5 years. Once again, we get together to take a look at headlines from our cities, our state, and our country, to find interesting things to learn, to look at your questions and see what you bring to the table, and to connect all this information to become a better informed community of English speaking locals, along with our friends that are watching from elsewhere and maybe are planning to visit our city or are planning to return. You are all welcome here, and it's a pleasure to be here on this Tuesday, April 8th. It's only Tuesday. I'm already looking forward to the weekend. I have great plans for this weekend. No, I'm not going anywhere, but I'm getting together with dear friends at the river, and that just fills my cup in a major way. I hope you're having a great week. I'm already seeing great comments from friends of mine and friends of the community. This is wonderful, but I'm going to go through the news as usual, and we will take it from there. I guess the big question is today, or the big question today is: are you in Puerto Vallarta, in the half of Puerto Vallarta that has running water, or are you in the half of Puerto Vallarta that does not have running water? There are at least 129 colonias that have been without running water since yesterday due to an unexpected rupture of a main distribution pipe. But do know that CEPAL has assured that the service will be back to normal by tomorrow. So if you don't have any water, um, it's not fun, but hopefully you will be back to having running water by tomorrow, as promised by CEPAL. This is a preventive announcement. Jellyfish has been reported in municipalities near Puerto Vallarta, not at local beaches, but near Puerto Vallarta. But this has prompted local authorities to implement constant surveillance on the on our city's beaches. And although no jellyfish sightings have been reported within our municipality, a protocol has already been established to respond immediately if their presence is detected. So if you go swimming in the ocean, do keep this in mind. And this is just an FYI. But as long as we're talking about swimming in the ocean, of course, with Semana Santa around the corner, the Federal Commission for Protection Against Sanitary Risks, better known as COFEPRIS, is doing its rounds throughout Mexican beaches, testing water to ensure that they are suitable for swimming. Now, the good news is that no beaches in Puerto Vallarta have been deemed unsafe for swimming this year. Yes, not even our very own Holy Beach, which has had a tendency to appear on the dreadful list in past years. But do know that if you are in Sayulita, you may want to think twice before going into the ocean, because it seems to be a beach that has been reported as caca abundant in the water. Keep that in mind. Now, this is, well, it is what it is, I suppose. Jorge Alberto Valderas Betancourt, who's Director of Territorial Planning and Urban Development here in Puerto Vallarta, has reported that in the first half of this municipal administration, and it's been 6 months, 15, 15 new condominium developments or buildings have been authorized. Now, some of these projects had already begun their paperwork during the previous administration. Some of these are new. And, oh, what can I tell you? It is what it is. I thought you may want to know. And this is also thought provoking, although Puerto Vallarta's international airport saw a slight increase in total passengers in March compared to the same month last year. March was the ninth consecutive month with negative figures for international tourism. It is a complicated world out there. And for those living here in Puerto Vallarta whose income is directly connected with the influx of international tourists, of course, this presents an opportunity to either innovate or to panic, or maybe a little bit of both. I mean, that's what got Coffee and Headlines started 5 years ago, and look at us today. And I have more, well, this is definitely sad news. During a surveillance patrol, Green Patrol officers responded to a report of the discovery of a dead whale calf on the beach located at the end of Sagitario Street in Amapas. This happened in front of the Rivera Amapas condominium. The specimen was buried according to official protocols. And last, in our first batch of news, I am happy to report, or rather, Banderas News is reported. I'm happy to amplify that local artists are uniting to raise funds for Jordon Carnegie. This is going to be a special concert that is going to take place tomorrow night at 8 p.m. at the Palm Cabaret. I will say that I had an interesting, well, snark filter is coming on. Yes, I'm going to be a little snarky, but just a little bit. When this came to my attention yesterday, so I said, well, I had no idea that this was happening. I'd love to promote it. Where's the information? And somebody said to me, well, it's all over Facebook. And, that's lovely, but it would be nice if important events like these were in Facebook events where, where they should be, or where they stand the chance of being found by more people. And that's just my little opinion. You know that. Now, no more little opinions. Let's take a look at the weather. You're just checking the weather to avoid looking at your shrinking financial portfolio. Well, that doesn't apply to me, although I did notice this morning that a couple of Buy Me a Coffee and Headlines subscribers have canceled their subscriptions. Food for thought. You cannot be for everyone, but, it's a complicated world. But back to the weather. 24 degrees right now. Humidity is at 66%. And our weather forecast for today says that we're going to enjoy clear skies throughout the day with a high of 26 and a low of 17. Tomorrow, we can expect a humid day with mostly clear skies, a high of 27 and a low of 17. And then on Thursday, a humid day with clear skies, a high of 28 and a low of 17. Not bad. And now let me continue with, well, more sad news, actually. Just like that, Cinemex has shut down its movie theater complex at Plaza Caracol for good. This is sad. As an avid big screen junkie, this makes me very sad, but I have to admit I am spoiled by the Cinépolis VIP theaters at La Isla, particularly for their 2-for-1 Tuesdays. They're just really comfortable. Now, Plaza Caracol has not informed what will happen with the locales where the Cinemex has been located for many, many years, and whether they will be occupied by Cinépolis or perhaps a different tenant. There's only so many movie chains in Mexico, so I doubt that Cinépolis will open there. So I wonder what Plaza Caracol has in store for those spaces. Now, let's play a game. Oh, futs. I messed up my. Oh, shit. Oh, no. I had 3 events that I wanted to share with you. Damn, I messed up. And I wrote over one of the three events, and I don't even remember what it was. Shoot, shoot, shoot. I totally messed myself up. Okay. I'm going to show you two of the. No, I'm going to talk about one event, and then I'm going to show you two additional events. The first event that I'm going to talk about is um, Sharon Gerber is coming back with another cooking class at the Joint Boutique Hotel. And I cannot show you that because I deleted it by mistake, but I will include it in the show notes. And the second event that I want to talk about, and I've mentioned three specific events because they have something in common. The second event is a divination event that is going to be done on Thursday, April 17 by the wonderful Dill Divine. And this is going to happen at the Mystic Circle Cafe. And then the third event that I'd like to mention right now is the fact that on Monday, April 21st at 7 p.m., El Rey Barbecue Lounge de Versalles is presenting a night of jazz with Empress. Now, you may wonder what a live music event, a cooking class, and a spiritual event have in common with each other. Any guesses? Let me clear my throat and I'll tell you what it is. Number one, all three events were published on Facebook events where people like you and I go looking for events. They were not all over Facebook, they were in the place where we are expected to find them. Number one. Number two, all three events featured attractive images to compel people to attend. Not some of those vertical images that are cropped to appear on top of the Facebook event and they look like shit. And number three, all three events offer compelling information on the nature of the event and why we should consider attending. So it will be my pleasure to amplify these three events in the show notes for your consideration. How wonderful when event organizers take the time to inform us as to why we should attend their events. Isn't that great? And of course, Lawrence Goodwin is going to be with us at the Spotlight tomorrow to talk about this jazz event that is coming up at El Rey Barbecue Lounge de Versalles. And of course, as you can see, there's another spot available tomorrow if you have something wonderful to announce. And there's some spots left on April 23rd and April 30th. As a reminder, this is my opportunity to help those people that need some additional promotion to talk about whatever it is that they're doing so that we can respond in kind. And of course, I've been talking about this. It's coming up. It's happening on Thursday. This is going to be so much fun. We are unpacking Rent. It's been a while since the 1990s. It's been a while since Rent came out and revolutionized and pushed buttons on the Broadway stage and first in the off-Broadway stage. I've been hearing from a number of friends and people that I don't know that they're planning on attending. So this will set you back 300 pesos cash only at 5 o'clock at the Joint Boutique Hotel, where all my music appreciation presentations take place. And I hope to see you there because it's going to be very wonderful and very moving. Yay. And with that said, let us take a look at what's on your mind, and we will take it from there. And I see good mornings, from all over the place. Hello, Eric, watching us from Colima. As you know, Eric is the owner of the Joint Boutique Hotel, a wonderful community partner and a dear, dear friend of mine. It is always a pleasure to see you. Betsy, who's a regular at my music appreciation presentations, along with Albert. It is so nice to see you here this morning. Jules, oh my God, my favorite Asian well, Jules is the chef at at Vagabundas. In Versailles, Vagabundas, Vagabundo. You just have to go. It's in Versailles. It's wonderful. A very weird, eclectic, wonderful combination of Asian and Mexican food. Just seeing your name, Jules, makes me hungry. I love it. Let's see. Oh, here's a cue. A ver. Riding high today after winning one of my March Madness pools last night, but bummed out because I couldn't get a ticket for La Boheme in Guadalajara on May 10th. That is Mother's Day. La Boheme is in Guadalajara? Why do I not know this? Are you sure La Boheme was scheduled to be screened on May 10th? Betsy? You'd think I would know about this. Let me dig into this because I will I will look into this. Let's see what else we have. Oh no! So glad to be here at 6:30 a.m. We were on the elevator in our building and it died between floors 4 and 5. We were stuck for an hour, saved by the bomberos, a scary experience. That sounds horrible, Doug. Oh my goodness, I have a small bladder. That could never happen to me. Oh, I would be such a mess. In more ways than one. No, that would not be a pretty picture. Let's see what else. I always heard Sayulita was not good in regards to caca water. Any truth to that? Well, it has a bad that beach has a bad reputation. I'm not gonna say don't swim. I'm not gonna say do swim. But ever since Sayulita was named a pueblo mágico, there has been grumblings. There have been grumblings about the town's handling of sewage water. Um, yeah, it is what it is. Let's see what. Oh, thank you, Carmen, for making me laugh this morning. Carmen says nothing, but her emojis say everything. I love it. Caca, water, no. I love it. I love it. Mm. Let's see what else. Yeah, very scary to be trapped in an elevator. Not fun. I would at least want to have my audiobook with me to keep me distracted or something. Um, and yes, that was sad about the baby whale. I don't know if it is because of my high sensitive trait, but I find it really difficult to handle videos or news about animals that suffer. Ugh, not fun. Not fun. Let's see. This is interesting. Killer whales are particularly fond of humpback whales' tongues. It is a delicacy for them. They go for calves. Well, we don't know. Well, it was not published. Maybe the authorities know. We don't know what killed the calf, whether it was an accident or it was another animal or what happened. But still, it wouldn't be fun to just go to the beach and find a dead animal there. Just not fun. Let's see what else. Sargento Dan, I am so looking forward to seeing you because I know that Sargento. First of all, I'm happy that you're here, querido. Secondly, I know that Sargento is not familiar with Rent, and it'll be such a joy, my friend, to connect you with this amazing musical. I have to remember sometimes that it's been some time since the 1990s, and there are a number of people. It is an old musical by some standards, so it is a pleasure to connect younger audiences with what I think is one of the most important musicals ever. So I look forward to seeing you pasado mañana, and that means a day after tomorrow. Let's see what else. Do. Good morning, cluster. Got here a little late this morning. Hope everyone is having a great day so far. I'm having a great day, Michael, because you're here along with everybody else. Let's see. And there's a queue. No, I'm not sure at all. Found information online. For the record, Betsy, if this has to do with the Met broadcasts, the dates in which they are presented and screened in um, on the Met and around the world are not always the same days in which Conjunto Santander in Guadalajara chooses to broadcast them. I have found differences in scheduling in the past. So, my experience and my suggestion is, of course, if you are interested in the operas that are screened in Guadalajara by Conjunto Santander, it's best to check directly on the Conjunto Santander website and not on the Met's website. If, of course, you're talking about a completely different La Boheme screening or performance, then I have not seen it anywhere, and I would love to find out more about it um, if it's something we could attend. And with that said, we are done for today. Thank you very much for joining me. And thank you very much for all your questions and your comments. Thank you for amplifying our existence. It's amazing. Well, it is not amazing. It is a fact that there are a number of people out there, believe it or not, that have not heard of Coffee and Headlines, and that doesn't bruise my ego or anything. If anything, it makes me realize how important it is for all of us to amplify what we do as much as possible and never take for granted that everybody out there knows who we are or what we bring to the table. With that in mind, I'm going to go and get to work on that and other projects. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning for more Coffee and Headlines. Have a great one.